Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of this thing. Today, we're looking at MagMax. Not Mad Max, MagMax. Very distinct difference here, or as it looks on the title screen here, Ma6Max. This is developed by Nihon Busan and published by FCI, and I have no idea what it is. That's a little loud. Here we go. Come on here. I've never played this game in my life. I don't even think I've seen anybody play it, so I don't know what we're going to expect here. Okay, we're expecting a horizontal shooter. That is what to expect. And yep, right on the money with that. That's all this is just a horizontal shooter. Aha, it appears. Oh, I see. And you build up your I assume that they're just called MagMaxes. You build up your little MagMax dude by picking up things to power him up. Very nice. Well, that makes all kinds of sense in the world. We now have a nice little piece of melee protection, which we have squandered. Just like in all shooters, you know, you get hit once and lose your ability to accomplish anything, and then die. Okay, one MagMax left. Oh, see, they are called MagMaxes. I was correct there. I'm a MagMax lore master, okay? I happen to know that MagMax is actually the prequel to Mad Max. See, the shenanigans you see in MagMax are exactly why the world was post-apocalyptic in Mad Max. It makes sense when you really start to think about it. It makes even more sense if you don't think about it at all, though. As is custom in all the shooters that I play, I have to have a couple just really bad runs before I get one where I feel properly warmed up. But that's I think normal. That's not that's not a me signature. That's just the case with shoot 'em ups. I'll give them one thing. It's not a space shmup, which most of them are. Not that I have a problem with space shmups, but you know, it's kind of an overdone premise, you know? Ooh, you have to shoot the aliens in space. That was a very questionable hitbox, I would say. I feel like my sprite didn't even touch that building. I'm a little bit upset with that one there. It's okay. We don't gotta destroy everything here. Oh no, we couldn't pick up that power up because we apparently missed another one. Whoa, what's happening now? Ah, now it feels more like a traditional space shooter because we're flying. Is this a bonus or is this just death? Okay, very good. We have our head back and we'll be able to get this. And oh goodness, yes! We are MagMax. We look like we don't quite look like a Gundam. We look more like part of like Gigantor or something. One of those more you know, basic wholesome mecha shows from back in the day. I don't know if they were that wholesome, but I know they were all like G and PG and stuff. Gundam got a little more grown up about things. I haven't quite seen every single last Gundam series yet, but I have come close. Oh no! I'm still watching Seed Destiny. I guess I don't have to say still. It's not like I was telling you that I was watching that back when I quit. That would be some terrible progress. It has been a little bit slower than I would care to admit, though. Mostly because of my own slothfulness. Like, I should have been done with that series like a month ago. I don't know. It hasn't gripped me as much as some of the other Gundams. Like, I thought Turn A Gundam was way better. I thought Fighter G Gundam was just straight up more fun. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Not to say that Seed Destiny is bad, but I don't know. I feel like even Seed, I know everyone's like, oh, it's the modern take on the original Gundam style, but it's just, I don't know. It's so over-serious. Which, I know, the original was too, but after getting stuff like Turn A and Fighter G, and then you go back into just like, ooh, They're all adolescents and they're all very angry at the world. Remember, it is a necessity in every Gundam. You gotta have the honorable villain with a complicated moral compass who wears a mask. You gotta have... Come on, man. There we go. It didn't last. Your hitbox is so huge once you fully transform in this game. Yeah, you gotta have, like I said, the adolescent pilots, and the main character will always say something to the effect of, "Why can't you understand how terrible this war is?" It's always something to that effect. Boy, this level just doesn't end. You go underground and you're stuck there forever. I'm a fan in Seed of Ramius. I think she's a top-tier captain. Does her job swell and supports the crew as needed. Obviously, Captain Bright, he's an all-time GOAT, you know, mostly because he somehow managed to stay alive through 3 whole series. He didn't really show up that much in ZZ Gundam, admittedly. But he was referenced. I think he appeared very slightly. Outside of that, though, I don't have a ton of mecha experience. I know I name-dropped Gigantor, but that's purely out of knowing that it exists and nothing else. So I'm not sure if you're actually supposed to go down here or not, or if that's like, ooh, we tricked you, we trapped you. But it's, you know, it seems like it's more full of action than up there, so why not, right? Otherwise, what else have I seen for mecha series? I've seen Darling in the Franxx, which I know is in equal measures loved and loathed. Really just depends on who you talk to, I suppose. People are like, it went way too nuts. Oh, I see, we can just go back up like this. I see. Interesting. But yes, some people are like, oh, Darling in the Franxx, it went overboard. And I'm like, no, maybe, but I also kind of think that made it fun. Dude, look at this! Yes! Oh, we can destroy the buildings with our sweet little melee ray. Alright, I feel the power. This is goofy. It absolutely gives me old school mecha vibes, though, with the design of the MagMax. Look at this thing. It's just ridiculous. You can't have 2 heads. What are you talking about, man? We've got everything we need here. I will say, as far as shmups go, it is definitely a problem having a character model this huge. Make it very difficult to dodge things. Which I guess is maybe part of the balancing, you know? They're like, oh, you're huge. You can do a lot of damage, but you'll get hit easier. Gotcha. Oh no. This was not what I had planned. Look at those bonus points there. 1,000 points just for the dude getting hit by one of his friend's balls. Heavily intentional phrasing there. So what? Do we go down here where the power-ups are rife and then go back up once we feel powered up enough? Is that the idea? Oh, more bonus points for the indirect kills. It's beautiful stuff. That's all I'm here for, is the points, you know. I'm here to set the high score for June 3rd on MagMax, just like I did with Fantasy Zone The Maze for June 2nd. If nothing else, doing this series does keep my head on straight with what day it is. It doesn't really. I don't need to know the actual date. I just happen to look down at the calendar. We're big! We are the maggest of maxes. We are only slightly mag. Ooh. Come on, man. Come on. I got made a fool of there. So yeah, I don't know, like, if there's really any progression in this game. It feels like you just kind of go right forever without stages actually really ending. Which seems a little mid for me, honestly. You know, all the best shmups out there have memorable end stage bosses and stuff like that, and the power-ups really aren't anything to write home about either. It's just like, ooh, you get a laser sword thing if you're on the ground, and then you just shoot way more bullets if you're in the air. Thanks, MagMax. Not that I scoff at the notion of more bullets. No, by all means, everybody knows that the more bullets you put into a game, the more fun the player will have. That's just a well-known fact. Oh no. It's okay. Yes, my final form. You only got to experience that for a few seconds. Anything further in your mind would have been far too blown apart. I thought I could shoot it. I always mess that kind of stuff up, though. 0 MagMax left. For shame. So, you know what this reminds me of, actually? This reminds me a lot of Transbot on the Master System. Yes, I remember that game. Oh, is this the end stage boss? Was I throwing shade before I knew what I was talking about? Turns out the stages are just ungodly long. Well, that was real easy. No, I think the stage is still here. I don't think that was really a true boss. I don't know, man. Oh, come on, go! Ah, I had one real slick dodge in there, and then just nothing. All right. Well, give me 1 second. I'm gonna check the manual for this game, just because I want to make sure I'm not missing something very obvious. Be back with you in 1 second. Okay, I read the manual. It was about 7 pages, and it's actually just as simple as you think it is. There is nothing complicated about MagMax whatsoever. You truly do just keep going and shooting things. So it appears to be very, very simplistic, which is another reason why it reminds me of Transbot. Mecha gaming technology hadn't quite reached its peak at this point yet, I suppose. Yeah, get those points. I could go down there, but I don't know. Down there is real difficult. The manual didn't really specify, like, if you should be switching between planes or not. It was just like, yeah, you can do it. Go for it, man. So I have to assume that it's obviously essential to the gameplay experience. Ooh, he thought he had me there. It did mention that destroying enemies with those black balls gives you bonus points, and I'm like, wow, thanks. Couldn't figure that one out. Oh, man, I need my legs, dude. That's what I'm really missing here, is a nice set of robot legs. Well, complain a little bit, and you too will get what you seek. Now we are truly MagMaxing. The newest, hottest verb that all the kids are using. Dude, you want to go MagMax at the skate park later? They're like, yeah. Kids don't go to skate parks anymore. Now they go to Tomato Town. That's my boomer statement of the day. Kids video game? No, kids should be dying. When I was their age, I was off doing meth. My generation was better because we were stupid and licked paint. Okay. I don't have any actual issues with other generations here. Don't worry. It's what we in the industry like to call a bit. Just meant to make you have a little chuckle. So I can do it for mine too. Oh, I'm a millennial. I am depressed and eat avocados. See, everyone's an easy target. I never did quite get why the avocado eating thing was such a terrible crime against humanity. Some people are like, "Oh, yeah, go eat your avocado toast." It's like, fellas, is it weak-willed to eat? Apparently so. Yeah, look at that. All those bonus points. I don't know, it seems like a chill game. Seems like oh no. It seems like an awful game. I'm done. I've lost my legs and I've lost my will to live. It's okay. We got the dragon boy here again. He should be pretty easy to beat. Check this out. It does appear that he does in fact show up above and below ground then. Aw, he do be blinking. And we got him. I guess I could just be holding down the turbo button the entire time. Which is what pro gamers do, so I want to be a pro gamer. I've been making hella progress in Returnal, speaking of pro gamers here. I had to set it down, pause the game for a bit, because I had to go to bed last night, but I've made it further than I ever have in the second act, and I'm hoping that I can eke out a victory here. It certainly will not be the last that I'll see of the game. It's a game that I will play many, many more times, certainly, but I'll at least feel confident that I can start another game now. I want to, like, just beat it once, at least, you know? Just to say, yes, I am in fact a bad enough to... Oh, I was too high! I couldn't mount onto the legs. What a terrible place to put legs. Normal sentence. Oh no! We're toasted. Oh, that dodge though. That sweet little dodge. What? It wouldn't let me mount anything. There were so many power-ups there, and the game was like, you get to have none of them, son. You know what game I played while I was gone? Well, I played a lot of them. Played Gun. That was an interesting one. Old, oh, come on, man. Old, third-person shooter. I suppose you could call it an open-world game. And it was technically set in an open world, albeit a very tiny, squished one. I played the PS2 version. I guess there was a 360 version as well, which I would have to assume is slightly more technologically ahead. But the PS2 version was all I had. There we go, there we go. Now we're good. We can never be stopped. Until we are. But, yeah, it was actually a reasonably fun game. Like, some PS2 games have aged more than others, and I gotta say, oh, come on, man. Oh, come on, man. This is bad. We're going down. Because I said so. I had a reasonable time with Gun. It got a little samey at times, you know, and it's not a particularly lengthy game for being open world, which is probably a good thing because oh, come on. I got caught up in one of the rifts. Anyway, probably a good thing that it wasn't too horribly long because, again, it was a very small open world, and it's the kind of game that could certainly overstay its welcome if you're not careful, but instead, it was just a fun little romp through the Wild West with... Come on, man. Don't go into the rifts. I'm learning that going below the ground almost never pays off. Yes. Very culturally insensitive game too, Gun. It took the whole racist Wild West aspect and just just rolled with it. So that was something. The most outrageous Native American stereotypes you'll ever see in a game, and that ain't it either. It was had a lot of Asian American stereotypes as well. But hey, you know, it was a wild time, that Wild West. Tell you what. Really, the best part of the game was playing poker at the saloon. That's a little rude. That wasn't the best part of the game, but I did enjoy the poker minigame. Despite it being incredibly easy to bluff your way through. Your poker opponents were not clever men throughout any of the game. Or women, sorry, there were a couple female poker opponents. Ah, yes, the game also didn't like women or animals. They were all... Oh, shoot. That was bad. They were all portrayed with the sensitivity of a wire brush. Pretty sure, like, the first thing you have to do in the game is, like, kill, like, 10 buffalo or something. It's like, why, though? It's like, oh, man. Why not? It's the Wild West. That's what you do here. Oh, no. Evacuate, evacuate. We're getting out of there. Although it might be worse up here. I don't know. MagMax, everybody. For games like this, I have a saying. At least it's not Ghostbusters. And I'm not saying that as an insult to MagMax, you know. What I am saying is that I have played more inspired video games. It is better than Transbot, despite me saying that it reminded me of Transbot. It is still a better game. Ah, oh, come on. Let me get my legs, man. Better than Transbot, but absolutely not a Life Force or Gradius. Goes without saying, I think. It's not that Gradius and Life Force are these, like, overhyped things. Well, I guess people don't really talk about Life Force that much, but I should say Gradius. It's not like Gradius is this, like, big overhyped thing where it's like, oh, everybody likes it for no reason. No, no, no. It's kind of the real deal. What? Okay. I just sacrificed it all to witness what that was, and all it really was apparently if you go over one of the power-ups that you already have, you can create a cute little screen wipe, which is of course very nice. Yeah, here we go. Back in action. We don't have our legs yet, but this is certainly better. Oh, until the ultimate frisbees show up. Oh wait, sorry. People don't talk about ultimate frisbee anymore. Now it's all disc golf. It's like, oh, you throw frisbees to each other. I only throw frisbees at buckets, conveniently placed behind trees. I have never played disc golf, but I have several friends who are very much into it. And I'm here like, I'll play the Frolfing video game when that comes out. There are actually a couple. One of them is, from what I hear, garbage. Another one is a promising work in progress. I don't know what the disc golf governing body is, but they clearly need to get on this and strike while the iron's hot. Get an official, licensed frolfing game out there with all the biggest disc golf personalities. I know they exist. I'm not trying to be like super facetious here. I know that there are very popular. There we go. I know there are popular disc golf players. I'm just, you know, if I don't know them, then they must not count. You know, I'm more of a name drop guys like David Njoku and Pierre Gasly, you know? That's more my speed. I can't even name like any real golfers besides Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson. Is he still doing it? Of course he is. Of course he is. You'll never get too old for golf. Oh, and isn't it John Daly? Is that his name? Yeah, John Daly. I think he actually had a golfing game that he endorsed for the PlayStation Move. You know, the greatest PlayStation peripheral of all time. Don't go in the hole. Come on, man. That's awful. The legs, they're leaving something to be desired here. They got a little bit of a weird hitbox when you're trying to actually mount onto them. I'm not super amused by it. Well, we got another boss. Come on. Ooh, look at this. We've found land. Ooh. Smaller mechs. Wonderful. It is this day that I rejoice. Okay. Okay. Not so good. Was that my last life? No, not even. I can die after this even. I got so much wiggle room to play like trash here. Oh, even more wiggle room. Look at this. Yeah! It's just gonna gift me a full MagMax. And I don't even gotta do anything for it. I have botched the plan here. Okay, well, I guess you cannot always create a screen wipe. No. I definitely feel like I perform better above ground than below ground, so I'm gonna just go ahead and not go below ground. If that's okay with you. Oh no, it's gotten very dark. There it is. There's the Dragon Man. There's Trogdor. Ha! You think you've killed me? You simply made my hitbox smaller. That makes killing you easier. $80,000 points, beautiful. I feel like a strange little audio sample just happened. Makes me feel like I just got a 1-up. But that seems weird. Why'd you get a 1-up at 80,000? Because video games are weird back then, yo? Yeah, I'm not gonna count on getting one. I'm gonna still play as if I have 0 lives, even though I know I have at least 1 anyway. Got it. Come on, okay. Back on this biome. Back in the beautiful rolling greens. Green Hill Zone is where we are. Nintendo did it first. Sorry, Sega. You tried your best. Don't go into the hole. We've learned that that's just a terrible, awful thing. I need my beam sword, please. How can I be a real Gundam without a beam sword? Yeah, there we go. Oh, come on. Oh, I guess I have to shoot it. Still no beam sword, but I do have my legs now. Cannot destroy buildings. I'm this huge hulking robot thing, and I can't even destroy a building. They gave me some of the most ineffective weaponry that you've ever seen. Yo, Japanese mecha's good and all, but it's all about battle tech, man. Those Western mechs, There's something about them that just appeals to the soul. I don't care that they make absolutely no logical sense. Everybody knows that weapons are more powerful if they're on two legs. It's just the rules. I don't make those rules. I just enforce them. Ooh, that felt rough, but I'm alive. Oh no. Well, I was gonna say at least I still have the beam sword, and then I just immediately lose it. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. We're at 6 digits for the score though, so clearly we're improving. Not the hardest shmup out there. Just, you know, I get lazy and I'm like, why dodge when I can just die? The finest moral ever told. Why dodge when you can die? Not sound advice. Don't take it. Okay, the frisbees are back. They're kind of obnoxious. They do that whole pulse in and out thing. But clearly, they are not a problem because we are MagMax. I'm really running out of stuff to say, you know. The dynamic nature of the game has tapered off, as in the game never really had any dynamics. Just collect robot parts, shoot. And there's not even really like variance in terms of the robot parts that you've got either. It's just like, there they are, pick them up. Where's the customization options, man? I thought this was supposed to be the Armored Core of its time. Hey, we only got hit once despite having the largest sprite on the planet, so that's kind of surprising. We just keep dropping dragons on this run, you know? I can't help that I'm incredible. Yes, that's what I am, incredible. I think you seriously just get 3 biomes that just repeat over and over, which again, very trans body, I don't know. It's not the most convincing shmup I've played on the NES, and there's gonna be about 50 million more of these things. Ah, that's not true. The NES library isn't that huge. It's only like 700 or so games. And then we'll do an encore once we're through the main series here. We'll do some of the, come on, man. No! We'll do some of the unlicensed ones at some point, too. Some of them are cool, some of them are stupid, some of them are classics, you know? Just the way it goes. Oh, because the unlicensed ones, those do cover homebrews. That means you may very well get to see Battle Kid in the Fortress of Doom. That's what it's called, right? 2 MagMax left. Yeah, I gained like 2 lives since the last time I died. Incredible. Yeah, if you get to see Battle Kid, that'll no doubt be a treat to see me struggle my way through that. I mean, look at this. I can't even get past this single screen in MagMax. So you know it's going to be a struggle. There we go. It's not over yet. These enemies are probably the nastiest above ground enemies that I've encountered in the game. By probably, I mean absolutely most definitely. They come in droves, they shoot so many bullets, they have such an erratic pattern to them. Oh, no! Sniped. 0 MagMax left. This run was doing so well, and now it's just fizzling out into something truly unremarkable. me out. Get me out of this area! I'm not gonna fight more of these. I don't like them. You might say, oh, you can escape to the hole. Please, we all know that's not an escape. There's no solace to be had in the hole. Just more death. So, yeah, when in doubt, we'll just avoid them, you know? I was so close. Look at all those upgrade parts. I could have had a full MagMax again. Well, you know, 154,000. That's nice and all, but it's just not there. Well, we got like 25 more minutes of this game we gotta play here. So once more into the breach, I suppose. Here, trying to keep my words up, keep the dead air minimal. After all, it's not like this soundtrack is to die for or anything. It's present. It's here. And even then, that's debatable. It's no DuckTales soundtrack, that's for certain. Would you believe I've never actually played DuckTales? I guess I will someday, as long as I keep this up. Yes, I have never sat down and played DuckTales by myself. I've seen it speedrun like 100 times. But I've never experienced the bouncy cane game firsthand. To the point where I'm a little nervous of getting hit here. A little nervous of getting hit. Nervous about getting hit. Use your words properly, man. There we go. Nice little clear. Get you the bonus points. Whoa, give me 1 second here. Okay, sorry. Real life me needed a quick little itch. I guess some people consider it gross to be told that somebody might scratch an itch. I don't know, it's very, very strange. You might be like, ooh, sorry, I was a little itchy down. Well, not down there. If I say down there, then it definitely sounds gross and rude. But if you're like, ooh, nope, I had a little itch on my neck. It's like, oh, wow, thanks for sharing. It's like, dude, it's a very, very normal and pretty vanilla bodily function is the basic itch. And it's like if you saw a housefly and you're like, oh my gosh, that's the most horrific bug I've ever seen. It's a housefly, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, houseflies are kind of gross, but maybe I'm proving my own point, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just, like, remembering one very specific instance of, like, one person saying that they thought that that was gross, and now I think that it's for some reason this big normal thing that everybody believes. I've astroturfed myself like that before, you know? Oh no! Terrible. Things were going so well. There we go. Good, good, good. Back to leg world. Every day is leg day in MagMax. Except for when you lose your legs and don't have them. See, that sounded like a 1-up sound. 30k seems like a strange time to get a 1-up, but yes, I don't know what was going through their heads. Maybe it made sense at the time when they were programming it. Or maybe they slipped and meant to type 50k. Okay, we're getting there. Little by little. So I feel like my hitbox has definitely, yeah, migrated to my knees about. So don't get hit in the knees and you should be okay. Gorgeous. Somewhere out there, there was a kid who had this game and like nothing else. And he became an absolute king at MagMax. I don't know, I mean, for the time, I'm sure it would have been a perfectly fine game to own. Except, never mind, Gradius already existed. Oh, rip. Bad news. Bad news. Oh, look at that dodge. That was absolutely an accident. Well, kind of a happy one, you know. It's not like I'm like, oh no, I dodged. I'm sorry. What an accident. You know what I'm talking about. I just happened to press the perfect input that got me out of the way. Okay. More of these things. These are not my favorite enemies, which I have gone over. But I'm a full robot this time, so I should be fine. Never say those words. I should be fine. Guaranteed to ruin you. I feel like my beam sword wasn't really pulling its weight there. I feel like a certain little enemy just passed directly through it and decided, I'm not going to be too bothered by it. Great amount of pointage there. But yeah, there we go. I was going to say, give me something here. Make me the monstrosity that is just a spaceship on legs. Mom said it's my turn to drive the leg spaceship. This is gaming, man. This is peak video games. This game actually inspired Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, not Metal Gear, MagMax. MagMax is the true precursor to Metal Gear Solid. Hideo Kojima is just too coward to admit it. Speaking of Hideo Kojima, Death Stranding, great game. That's all. I'm not going to go on a huge tangent about it or anything, just I thought it was a very, very fun game. And it works as a great pleb filter. Whenever people are like, oh, that game sucked, then you know that they're just dumb and bad. But we are in a zone here that appreciates Death Stranding, so I was saying Death Stranding the whole time, right? I wasn't accidentally saying Metal Gear Solid. Pretty sure, but now I'm doubting myself. Back up to a good old 80,000 points, which is indeed an extra life. I don't even think I've lost one yet, but it kind of feels like you lose a life every. Oh, come on! Every time you lose a power-up, just because it's such a severe power down. That said, I was just gonna say, losing a life at the dragon isn't that bad because you can dodge it pretty easily, but then I just die outright. Losing life, powering down. I blame the little pierogies that were flying around giving me problems. More than anything, I think that's what slowed me down right there. Easy. 92,000. I didn't even see how many lives I had left, you know? I just played it as stoically as possible. Like, lives. You think I concern myself with things like that? The only thing I need is more mech parts. Because let's be real, I'm hanging on by a thread here. So yeah, it's June 3rd, 2021. I'm spending it playing MagMax. I've said it before, and I will continue saying it because I still believe it's true. I love playing these little forgotten oddities, even if they're not that great, you know? Like, MagMax, there's a reason people don't talk about it. But it's still a piece of history, despite it all. If it exists, it is still history. It may not be, you know, Legend of Zelda kind of history, but it's MagMax type history. Maybe that's even better. We have hit the 6-digit scores yet again, so clearly we're absolutely slaying it. Queen, yes. Slay. Need my legs. Yeah. Now we're in business. We can walk again. What if this is all just a story about a paraplegic man who is trying to get to the hospital to get his prosthetic legs, only to realize that the real prosthetics were the giant robots we had along the way? That's my headcanon. I think the manual had the plot, but come on, I whipped right past that part. Oh no! Thank you. Blessed head. Blessed beam sword. Blessed legs. There we go. Full blown yet again. Those little Diglett turrets, those are a real pain in my rear. They seem to always be in the down position whenever you're trying to destroy them, which is, you know, that's #1 way to make me very upset at your enemy design. #2 way to make me upset, make them kill me like that. I'm not actually dead yet, though. I still have the life. See, that's the trick. I'm never really dead. At least you gain a little bit of iframeage when you... Oh, come on, man. That could have been better, to say the least. Gain a little bit of iframeage when you're transforming, so it's not all completely against you. It's mostly against you. I think it's if you get too close to them, then they go back down into their little hovels. But I don't know, man. I'm no MagMax expert. Bigger expert than probably most people are after just, you know, a few minutes of playing. Because again, it's a game that has gone forgotten by time. The only people who know about it are people who are looking at the list of Nintendo games page on Wikipedia, and then they're like, oh, MagMax. And then they never think about it again. Like, that was exclusively how much they had planned on thinking about MagMax in the entire course of their lives. MagMax, come on, boy. That's another extra life, though. You heard the little jingle. I know you did. Look at that. The spaceship with legs continues to dominate. It's just my favorite visual. Just a literal ship with legs. It's all you need. This is what true happiness actually is. Forget what you knew about happiness. If it ain't this, then I don't want to know what it is. Saying, oh, it's sitting down with a nice coffee, watching the birds. That doesn't sound like it has anything to do with 75 tons of bipedal interstellar travel. Therefore, it is no friend of mine. Ah, there we go, the headpiece. And the beam sword. And we're good to go again. Until I take a cheap shot like that. It's a short-lived victory, you know? But I've been hanging on, though, right? Like, I haven't been actually dying, which is great. It's like I say, you know? You just get better and better. You gotta get better and better. If you don't, then learn to play video games, man. Oh, that's bad. Go underwater, you might say. No, 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 no. I don't trust it down there. I know. Maybe you've seen a little too much of the same screens. Maybe I'm not. 3 whole MagMax left. Maybe I'm not doing my due diligence and showing off as much of the video game as I should. Okay. I tell you what. Next time I see a hole, I'll go down. If I remember. There it is. Okay. Down the hole we go. Let's see what it's like down here. Oh wait, I've been down here in the water world. Spoilers, it's horrible. We're gonna die. Ah, these things. It's the little bone hearts. Those are even worse than the things up there that I didn't give a name for, because all shmup enemies are just bizarre pieces of geometry. Ah, this is the place with all the little rifts that do that. Oh, yep, this was a big mistake coming down here. Why did I listen to you? Comment section that doesn't exist. It's not like anybody would pressure me to make that kind of decision either. So far, the limited comments that I've gotten on these videos have been the most relaxed things ever, and I thank you all for it. You've all been a true pleasure to entertain. There we go, full robot. Once again, and I believe we are definitely set to set a new high score. Wait, can we go down for... Oh no, that just brings us back up. Okay, well. It's hard to tell, you know? I thought that was going to bring me down another level, but no. Turns out they just don't make any sense with how they designed the visuals in this game. That's not unique to this game, though. That's just the NES, man. Nothing makes sense on the NES. Except for Color a Dinosaur, the only game that you truly cannot question its motives. You do be coloring dinosaurs, and that's it. Ooh, no. I took a hit to my legs. That's never happened before. Dragon? You got a dragon for me to fight here? I'd love to take another one down. Oh, no. That's right. We gotta go on land first, and then it gets dark, and then we fight the dragon. I've done this enough times by now. You'd think I'd know how it works. Ashamed of how many lives I lost because I dared to go downstairs, though. Like, that was a true mistake. It's this stage I haven't been down. I tried to go down there. Believe me, I tried. But the game decided no. It is not your time. Appreciate it, game, because I probably would have died if you let me go down there. I'm gonna die up here, though. Head. Legs. If I can't keep the head, I'll take the legs. Give me something to work with here. Come on. What are these things? I don't know, man. The manual actually even tells you what you're fighting. Like, you know, it's pretty robust, all 6 pages of it. I want to hit the 200,000 mark, but I don't even know if I have enough time. Like, can I do that in like 5 minutes? I have a little bit more than 5 minutes here. Oh, no! You garbage! I think it's shooting more fireballs than usual, but I can't tell because it still seems real easy. I almost flew right into a fireball there, though, which would have been just perfect timing. Nope. I got it. It's easy. Come on, 200k, 200k, I'm ready for it. Yeah, really I'm kind of disappointed that it's just a series of the exact same boss over and over and over, and that this game doesn't... And that this game doesn't have any real proper, like, end stage. Oh, I have to fight the dragon again! Oh no! It's a lot of points. I'd hate to get more points. That would suck so badly. Especially if it was against the easiest boss in shmup history. Oh no. 200k. I knew I could do it, there was no doubt in my mind. Got him, got him, got him, got him. Don't cut that one, he got away admittedly. You know, the hitbox's a little weird. Just like they have to shoot your knees, you have to shoot their knees. It's fair, I suppose. I don't want fair, I want in my favor. This game really is just transbot, isn't it? Except it's got, you know, the angled isometric kind of viewpoint to it, so it's like, ooh, it's not just 2D, it's 2D but slightly fancier in an attempt to deceive you. Whoa, thanks Nihon Busan, is that what it's called? Thanks FCI. Boy, FCI, there's a publisher that really just kind of publishes games that don't exist. I mean, they do. I'm playing one right now, but you talk about like, oh, all those classic FCI titles, and barely got my legs. They just don't really come to mind. The game does get more difficult with every loop, I have decided. I feel like there are far more little blisters on the ground than there were in the first loop, and more than there were in the second loop, which can only mean the game gets harder. But it can't just get harder forever, right? There's got to be a point where it tapers off just because they didn't know what else to put in there. Unless we got procedurally generated enemy placement here, which has happened. That was the case with Xanax, wasn't it? Xanax, my favorite game. See, look at how many bullets are being shot and how little I even care. Ooh, almost got me from behind, but when I say almost, I mean didn't even come remotely close. That, you know, that concerns me a little bit. 0 MagMax left? You mean we stopped getting extra lives at some point? How horrible. Well, this will be our last life for sure, because I won't really have any time to start another run after this, because I got like 2 minutes of this video left, man. Yeah, look at all the bonus points I got from that one, just incredible. Almost died. Although, you know, maybe I won't even have to worry about, you know, saying, oh, no, I won't have enough time to start another attempt, because, you know, I might just run this through without even dying. I'd love to do it. I'd feel very manly. No, never mind. Wow, I did get one more extra life! Yo, saved! That's the stuff that makes you feel better than you are. Except, I made it this far off my own merit, so no, you know what? I'm not gonna pull that whole, ooh, this better than I thought I would have done. Well, or better than I can do, because clearly I can do this well. Look at that. And well, there you go. As I was there flexing, we then game over. I wasn't quite able to ride off into the sunset, but yeah, with a minute left, I'm not gonna start another run. Are you kidding me? It's gonna be a waste of time. I know it's 60 minutes to lose, but come on, give me a little bit of leeway, man. This ain't the first time. If you've made it this far in the video, then congratulations. You've done an incredible service to me here. Okay, so that was MagMax. It was an okay game. I do have to tell you as well, I did skip one release on the October 1988 schedule. I skipped Donkey Kong Classics, because it's literally just Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr., and I've played both of those. If this were like a different system entirely, I'd play it just to see the port differences, but no, it's the same. There was no reason to play that. So, oh no, I skipped a game and it wasn't a light gun game. I'm sure you'll all be fine. You've got 60 glorious minutes of Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. in the wave back there in the archives. Anyway, MagMax, very much just a game that could be described as okay, pretty uninspired, not anything that's gonna really get the creative juices flowing, I would say. But tomorrow, we go back to the Sega Master System as we are wont to do, and I'm real nervous about this one because tomorrow we have Space Harrier 3D. I'll tell you more about it when we get there, but for now, at least you'll know what to expect. So yes, thank you for joining me for MagMax. Join me tomorrow for Space Harrier 3D, and we'll go from there. Thank you for watching as always. We'll see you then.